Run it back, nation. What is good? It is your boy DJ Eastwood. Oh, hold on. Always forget to hit record on the podcast side of things, man. Run it back, nation. What is good? It is your boy DJ Eastwood. Run it back, Philly. No frauds, no fanboys, no intros. Yeah, the Sixers just got absolutely smacked in Game 5 down in Miami. Don't forget to listen to the show on Apple Podcasts and Spotify if you want to hear me yell about the 76ers or the Philadelphia Eagles while you're mowing the grass or driving your car. Listen, man, the Sixers lose 120-85. We went down to Miami, and we got punched in the mouth. Right in front of DJ Khaled. Of all people. Every time I see DJ Khaled, I think this. Remember when that guy had like fitness videos on Snapchat and everything, man? This guy did fitness videos for like 5 years. Looks exactly the same. The first thing I'm going to say about this game is this. There will be absolutely no Joel Embiid slander after this game. There will be no Joel Embiid slander. If you watch this game, or you watch this series, or you watch this playoffs, or you watch this 76ers team this whole season, and you for 1 second think that Joel Embiid is at fault for a loss like this, drop your address. Drop your address in the chat. Drop your address. Run It Back Nation showing up at your front door. Drop your address. I'm tired of it. It's ridiculous. Say you don't watch the game without saying you don't watch the game. Go ahead. I mean, are you kidding me right now? Most NBA players would not even be in the same city as their team right now if they went through what Joel Embiid just went through. They'd be sleeping on a hammock on a yacht somewhere with a broken orbital bone and a torn ligament in the thumb. 5 days of concussion protocol. This man is an absolute warrior. I have never seen a player put his body on the line like Joel Embiid. Well, I have. His name was Allen Iverson. I haven't seen anybody since Allen Iverson to put his body on the line like this. He goes out there, first quarter, diving in the front row. Don't really want you to do that, Joel. But that's just how the dude plays the game. He's going to give it everything he has as long as his heart is beating and the medical staff will let him go out there. He's going out there. Then he gets hit in the face. Most NBA players wouldn't be in the game, period, with what he's going through right now. And then he gets hit in the face. Most NBA players would have went to the locker room and not returned. This guy went and sat on the bench. His face is swollen. He's crying real tears in pain because his face is broken. There's a trainer over there feeling the cracked bone in his face. And this guy says, I'm good, puts the mask back on, and goes back out on the court. So there's no Joel Embiid slander. Because it's not his fault that Pascal Siakam decided to elbow him square in the damn cheekbone down by 39 points in Game 6 in Toronto. It's not his fault. A little freak accident, torn ligament in the thumb. And he's still out there trying. Quite obviously, he's not 100%. You don't have to tell me that. That dude's giving it everything he has. No Joel Embiid slander. As for the TNT crew at halftime, I was sitting up here setting up the stream at halftime, the thumbnail, the title, the everything else, and I could hear down in my living room Charles Barkley And I'm sitting up here thinking, is he really saying this right now? Is this guy serious? Joel Embiid's coming out here with no energy. You know, after losing the MVP voting, I thought maybe he would have been a little bit fired up after losing that award. I think it's really getting to him, the fact that he didn't that he didn't win that award, you know, and he's coming out here and he's having a bad performance because he's upset that he didn't win the MVP award. What? Do you guys have a brain inside your skull? There's absolutely no way Charles Barkley thinks what he just said is true. And then Stephen A. Smith is tweeting it on Twitter. I replied to Stephen A. I said, Stephen A., bring me on your show. I will smoke you. I got a full live stream set up. Send me the Zoom link. I will smoke you on your show. If you think what you just tweeted makes any damn sense. You're talking about a guy with a broken face, a torn ligament in his thumb, just got out of concussion protocol, is out of shape now because he had to sit around for 8 days, and you think he's playing bad because he didn't win the MVP. What a pathetic take. What a pathetic take. The game was over when Joel Embiid got hit in the face. And it was a clean play. Tyrone from 97.5 tweeted that he got slapped and the refs missed it and it was horrible, and we saw it. He hit the ball hit him in the face. Just an unfortunate thing that happened, and that's something that happens in every basketball game. Just so happens when you have a broken cheekbone and a mask on and the ball hits you in the face, it hurts a lot. The game was over when that happened. He looked like he couldn't see out of his eye, and his face looked all jacked up. His eyes are watering. The problem with this team is, and has been, Joel Embiid's entire career, is that when he's down, when he's struggling, when he's out there with a broken face, torn ligament in his thumb, shooting the ball poorly, struggling, nobody steps up. Nobody steps up. And it all comes full circle in the fourth quarter when he's getting the ball at the free throw line and they're literally sending the entire defense at him because nobody else could do anything. That brings me to James Harden. Man, that 30-point James Harden game, that sure was fun, wasn't it? That was a fun game. Very short-lived. We're back. James comes back down to reality, scores 7 points in the first quarter, and scores 7 points the rest of the game. Weak drives, trying to take players, getting his shot blocked with players not even jumping, just smacking it. Who knows, man? It's in Miami. You know? Was James down there hanging out in the clubs? I don't know. James looked real good in Philly. He looked real bad in Miami for 2 games. He looked real good in Philly for 2 games. Goes back down to Miami. Looks bad again. Looks slow again. Looks winded again. Looks tired again. Oh. Those Miami clubs are open till 5 a.m., man. I'm just saying. You think James flies down there and goes to bed at 9 o'clock? Come on, man. He probably left the game in DJ Khaled's limo. You know, we'll see what Harden looks like next year after a full offseason, but just not impressed with the team, with Joel Embiid out there giving it his all and struggling. Not impressed with anybody else on the team in this game. And the third quarter, Joel tried to lead us back by himself. Getting doubled, refusing to pass it because he knew nobody could do anything. Splits a double team, hits a fadeaway jumper. Splits a double team, gets a foul, gets to the free throw line. Splits a triple team, hits a turnaround fadeaway. With one eye. Come on, bro. Embiid slander. Tyrese Maxey was horrendous in this game, and that's sad and frustrating. You can't be mad at Tyrese Maxey again, a 21-year-old kid in this position, playing at the level that he plays at sometimes is impressive for how young he is. So, again, you can't really be mad. You're not supposed to be relying on a 21-year-old player in the playoffs. But, man, he couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. He couldn't throw a dollar bill at a stripper right now. He couldn't throw a beach ball in the ocean. He was shanking off the front of the rim, the side of the rim, under the rim, barely hitting the rim. Oh, man. Eduardo says, really? Please, DJ, that makes no sense. No one can win alone. Are you agreeing with me? Because that's exactly what I'm saying. I'm confused. Rich Man says, make this quick. Leave whenever you want to, bro. What are you talking about? Make this quick. I'll sit up here for 2 hours if I want to. Am I forcing you to watch? That's why I don't read the chat, man. All right, so here's the notes I have from the game. Quarter one, we got a slow start. Miami comes out with a fire. They said, listen, man, you're coming back down to Miami. We got our asses kicked up in Philly. We're gonna throw the first punch, and we were saying people were saying on the radio today, the Sixers got to come out and throw the first punch. The Sixers got to come out with some fire. They got to come out with some aggression. They got to come out with some intensity. They didn't come out with any of that. None of that. They got smacked right off the bat. Down 12 in the first quarter. Turnovers. Offensive rebounds. Joel Embiid dives into the front row. Higher money. Thanks for the support, man. Thanks for the super chat. Sad loss, but the refs were on the Heat side. I don't know about that. We lost by 37. They shot 7 more free throws than us. Come on, bro. I didn't like some of the calls, but again, we got some pretty badass calls too. Butler and Max Strus each had 11 points in the first quarter. You know, for us to choose Brett Brown and Ben Simmons over Jimmy Butler, and then a couple of years later see Jimmy Butler in the second round of the playoffs, and for him to come down here or be down there in Miami and smack us around like this, man, doesn't feel good. I love me some Jimmy Butler. And he said in his postgame, he said, we're good when we make shots, we're bad when we miss shots, but he said we need to not give a damn about making shots at all. If we play good defense, we will win. I love Jimmy Butler's mindset. The Philadelphia 76ers couldn't guard my 6-year-old in this game. It was bad. Open mid-range jumpers left and right. Driving layups left and right. Look at this, man. The Sixers got out-rebounded 46-36. The Heat shot 23 free throws. We shot 15. Don't really care about that. The biggest number is the Heat shot 53% from the field. The 76ers shot 36% from the field. We're not even talking about three-point percentage. We're talking about from the field. In general, overall, we're talking about floaters. We're talking about layups. We're talking about mid-ranges. We're talking about 36% from the field. That is horrendous. 31 for 85. On top of that, 9 for 32 from 3 for a solid 28.1%. And the proof is in there, man. We lack perimeter creation. We lack athleticism. We lack, just intense, hard-nosed athletes. So when we make threes, we're hard to beat. When we miss threes, it's hard for us to beat anybody. 28.1% from 3. We got out-rebounded by 10. Defensive rebounds, we got out-rebounded by 12. We got out-assisted by 12. The Heat had 2 more blocks. We had 5 more turnovers. They had 23 points off of turnovers. We had 6 fast break points the whole game. The Heat had 15. Points in the paint, the Miami Heat had 56. We had 36. They outscored us in the paint by 20. Yikes. And it was the same as all the other games so far that we get owned in. You know, every time there's a big possession, every time we get a big time stop, we give up a damn offensive rebound, and it's usually P.J. Tucker. And what's the explanation for that? Is P.J. Tucker a phenomenal athlete rebounder? No, he's a dog. He's a dog who never stops moving and out-hustles everybody. He out-hustled Tobias Harris, and do I even have to say George Niang about 4 times in this game for an offensive rebound, and it was demoralizing and deflating every time. Just shot in the heart. Right when we get a little bit of momentum, P.J. Tucker offensive rebound. Kicks it out. Swings it. Oladipo wide open from 3. More wide open than I've ever seen anybody in my life. You know, our largest lead in the game was 2. Miami Heat's largest lead in the game was 37. So there's all the team stats for you. If you were wondering, the Philadelphia 76ers lost the damn game pretty much in every single category. We had 19 first quarter points. I should have, I do a YouTube show, so I watched it because I wanted to come up here and deliver the show. If I didn't have the show, I would have turned it off in the first quarter. 19 first quarter points, we're cooked. We're done. It's over. You knew what was happening the whole time. I wasn't even standing up screaming, jumping around. I was leaning back, chilling, eating potato chips and drinking a brewski. I was chilling big time. I couldn't wait for it to be over because it was done right when it started. Down 14 in the second quarter. George Niang's in the game. When George Niang's not making a shot, he's basically Furkan Korkmaz. He can't give you anything. That guy can't guard my 6-year-old or my grandma or my mom or my girlfriend or any of my YouTube subscribers. All of those people I just named would score buckets on George Niang. It is what it is. He's a big, slow guy. So when he's not making shots, you can't have him in there. You can't. What are your other options? Not a whole lot. Just put an athlete out there. I don't know. Play Paul Reed. He played Paul Reed and Joel Embiid together at one point in the second quarter. I was interested in that. I wasn't mad at that. I was interested in that lineup. There was a lineup of Tyrese Maxey, James Harden, Shake Milton, Paul Reed, and Joel Embiid on the floor. And I was like, hey, look, we got 3 ball handlers, 2 big-time rebounders, not a whole lot of shooting. But, I don't know. Play that lineup more. I don't know. Who knows, man? Credit to Doc Rivers for throwing that out there, just trying something different. Maxey was just bricking threes, man. One of those games where there was a lid on the basket. Every single shot he put up was an in and out. More in and outs than a fast food restaurant this whole game. Quarter 1 through 4, it felt like every single shot we put up just rimmed out. And look, sometimes basketball's like that, you know? They're getting Tyler Hero one-footed floaters from outside the free throw line like Steph Curry in his pregame warm-up, throwing it to the rafters and it's dropping in. They get a play where P.J. Tucker catches the ball in the corner and drives into the lane and throws a P.J. Tucker running floater. That's what we're doing here. So when we're missing everything, you start to see the other team kind of look like 2K on Hall of Fame difficulty type of shots. I'm done with the game. It's over. It's one of those games. This was one of those games. We couldn't buy a bucket. They could have thrown the ball through the legs, over their head, behind the back from half court, and that shit would have went in. That's how I felt about it. I think that's an energy thing. That's a confidence thing. You know, we had the life sucked out of us from the jump, and we never got it back. Third quarter, Max Strus scores 5 straight points. We cut it down to 8, I think, at halftime. What was it at halftime? 11? 12? 12 at halftime? We're like, all right, if we come out in the second half with a little bit more energy, a little bit more intensity, we can get this thing down to maybe 6, and we'll have ourselves a game. No, Max Strus comes out in the third quarter and gives us 5 straight points. And then some more offensive rebounds. And then a P.J. Tucker driving floater. And Embiid started being more aggressive, trying to put the team on his back, but it didn't matter because we couldn't stop them on the other end. We're trading 2s for 2s. Every time he made a big basket, they went right down on the other end and scored. But Joel Embiid looked like the only player with a heartbeat, with a pulse in the third quarter. And that's why there's no Joel Embiid slander, because the guy's an absolute warrior, and nobody helped him today. Nobody helped him today. I've always been on that side. I'm always going to stay on that side because I've never seen Joel Embiid quit. And I know I'm not going to see him quit. That game in Toronto a couple years ago when he had 1 point or 0 points or whatever, I was mad at Ben Simmons because Joel was getting triple teamed by Marc Gasol and Serge Ibaka and everybody, and Ben Simmons was out here putting up 4 field goal attempts in 43 minutes. Nobody helped him. Couple years later, we're in the same situation. Guys trying his damn heart out, and nobody's helping. Fourth quarter, do I really have to talk about it? The Heat come out on an 8-0 start to fourth quarter. Game over. Game over so quick, you got Jaden Springer in a playoff game with 5 minutes left. And Furkan Korkmaz shot an air ball to top it all off. Icing on the cake. Yeah. That's all I got, man. Who's in the Discord, man? Who's in the Discord wants to rant and rave? I know there's only 300 and some in here. When we win, there's like 700, 800. When we lose, everybody turns the game off at halftime and goes to bed, so I understand it. Mr. Hoover is hanging out in the Discord, though. Mr. Hoover in the Discord. Mr. Hoover. Yeah, I'll put the phone number on the screen, man. Who wants to call? You want to call the show? Go ahead and call the phone number. Even if you're a Heat fan, call the number and troll me. Do whatever you want. Join the conversation. Sixers fans, my question to you is, are we done? Or can we win in Philly and make this, continue this series, push for a Game 7, or are we cooked? I personally say we go back to Philly, we get our energy back behind that home crowd, we get our swagger back, we take the game in Philly, we come down for a Game 7 in Miami. And we all agree that we don't want no damn Game 7 in Miami. But that's our only option now. That's our only option now. Divine Tiger, thanks for the support. 76ers fan needs to appreciate Embiid more. I agree, man. Caller on the line from Little Rock, Arkansas. Arkansas, is that right?
Hey, man, it's Mr. Hoover.
What's up, Mr. Hoover? What's going on, man?
I might have to turn the volume down because I'm about to go get some real something on the line here. I have never seen a more pathetic effort from a bunch of professional athletes.
Wait, before you go, let's make sure we're keeping the F words and everything in check, all right?
Oh,
I just want to make sure. All right, man, go ahead. I don't mean to kill your energy. I just want to make sure. Go ahead, man. I'm ready to hear it.
No, I get you. I was saying to myself on the way home, you got to be professional. But I've never seen a more pathetic effort from a bunch of sissies. I mean, it was like a bunch of elderly people, and I'm not kidding when I say this. I think this game was staged.
Staged?
I think this game was staged. I remember what you were talking about in some of your videos, bro, about how the NBA wants to extend games. I literally was watching a play. A guy went baseline and dunked the ball, and I saw Tobias Harris. No one moved.
Tobias Harris?
I think it was Joel, and I love Joel Embiid. It was like the entire team. No one moved.
The Sixers do that a lot because once somebody gets beat, they're like, oh, well, he scored. But, yeah, I don't know.
It's like they saw a shooting star. Peter Pan was flying across the stadium. They were like, oh, look at that. Let's see what we got here.
Yeah, a lot of times it's Tobias Harris, really. He quits a lot on defensive plays. Once he gets beat, he doesn't try to, recover and block a shot or anything like that. But no, the Sixers just got the energy completely sucked out of them. Pause. They didn't. There's no rigging the game. I mean, I think the NBA tries to influence certain games, especially when there's a sweep on the line, and you'll see a huge disparity in the free throws. But the free throw disparity wasn't even really. It was like 5 in this game. So no, this was the Sixers' fault, 100%.
I hope so, bro. I hope I'm wrong because I'm seeing the chat people saying rigged, LOL, all this other stuff, LOL. Hey, I mean, you know what? They lost millions of dollars. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm not going to lose sleep over it.
What else you got, man? What else?
I wouldn't expect anything bad again from Tyrese Maxey in the next game or a lot of the other players. I mean, Tyrese, he's most likely what he's going to be doing. He's going to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning once they get back to Philly. He's going to go shoot the ball.
Facts.
If it was me, I would make the team run. I'm not kidding you. I might make them run 30 minutes. I'm not playing. I'm like, my gosh.
Yeah.
There's like a grandfather team went out there from a nursing home.
Like, I obviously don't know what happens in their practices or what kind of operation Doc runs, but he just doesn't come off to me as that kind of coach, and I wish he was. I don't think he's as hard-nosed as we all thought he was when we hired him. Like, he just seems like a very casual, like, pushover kind of guy who's friendly with all the players. I don't know. I would love for Doc to walk in there and say, you guys looked like garbage the other night. You played with no intensity, no energy at all, but who knows?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's worse, watching the game or cleaning a baby's diaper after all this nonsense.
I did that before too. I don't want to do either of those things. Yeah, I don't want to watch this game. I don't want to change a diaper. All right, Mr. Hoover. Hey, thanks for the call, man. I got someone else on the line. I appreciate you.
All right.
Call from New York, New York. Oh, what happened, man? You gone? Caller from New York City, man. Call back. There you are. Give me 1 second here. What's going on, man? What's going on?
Hey, it's Doc Rivers. I don't like the way you talk about me. I am not the reason why I lost all the 3-1 leads.
That's what you called for, man, really? Come on, bro. I was hoping that was going to be like a good impression and was going to make me laugh, but I don't know. Did you guys tell me in the chat, man? Did you guys see something you wanted to blame Doc Rivers for in this game, or were you mad at Doc Rivers in this game? I've seen a lot of things throughout the season that I've been mad at Doc Rivers for, but at this point in the playoffs, your rotation's already 8 players. I'm not really seeing anything that made me hate Doc Rivers in this game. We didn't make any damn shots, man. Nobody could buy a bucket, man. We got a couple people in the Discord. I'm gonna go over to the Discord real quick, man. What is up, Yashix? Yashix in the Discord.
Oh, God.
What's up, man?
Can you hear me?
No, you sound very muffled.
Do I sound muffled?
Yeah.
If I can make this audio something.
Yep.
Can you hear me better now?
Not really. We'll come back to Yashix, man. I don't know. Unplug your mic or redo it, or we'll come back to you. Rep Von in the Discord. Yo. Rep Vaughn in the Discord. Man, people are working the Discord like the Sixers worked on defense tonight.
Sorry, I'm still not sure about that.
Now my watch is talking to me for no reason.
I'm not sure I understand.
Shut up! Lack of defense is Doc's fault, Guardian Transit says. I don't know. Adam John says, Doc Rivers wants to be everybody's best friend. I want a Greg Popovich type coach. Well, according to Doc Rivers, you have Greg Popovich. He is Greg Popovich, man. SM says, run it back, Game 7 dub. I hope so. I really hope so, man. South Bend, Indiana.
What's up, man?
What's up, Garrett?
What's happening?
Did I get it right?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Yes.
You got it right, brother. You got it right. Hey, I got to give it up to you, man. You still got the passion, brother. You still got the passion, and I got to give it up to you. So I was like, yeah, let me go and call my man, see what's up.
Hey, thanks,
so
man. I appreciate it. Look,
it's
it's not easy. I honestly, I was drinking coffee like in the third quarter because I was so just done with this game at halftime. I was laying on the couch. I could have just went to sleep, but I was like, I gotta come up there and give it to the camera real quick, and then I can go to sleep.
Man, I give it to you on your dedication, man. But I'm gonna tell you, this was a hard watch.
Oh yeah.
For me to watch, you know you gotta love it. You know you gotta love the Sixers if you watch this game all the way to the end, brother. Because I'm like you. After that first quarter, I was like, oh no.
And you're right.
I got a summation for this game, man. When your team is not prepared to play basketball, football, baseball, whatever sport it is, you got to look at the coach because he's supposed to set the tone for your team. That's the key to your whole entire squad. If your coach, being the general, said, look all your guys, your troops in their eyes and say, this is the biggest game of the season, and you come out there like that, that is an absolute travesty. I'm like, I was sitting there, I'm like, I can't believe this. I mean, I wanted to jump through the screen and choke Doc Rivers on this game because I'm looking, you trying to motivate him during the game? It's too late.
Yeah. Doc says that a lot, doesn't he, in his post-game press conferences? He's like, yeah, we came out with no energy. I didn't like that. We were flat. We didn't look motivated. Like, bro, what is the discussion before the game?
Well, you know what it sounds like? It sounds like he thinks he's still working for NBC or one of these telecasts as far as basketball or something. Dude, that's over. You're the coach now. So you're supposed to look all your leaders in their eyes. Hey, we got to get it done. That's what it's about. And that's the motivation and the passion we have for being Sixer fans. Dog, we ride or die with our team.
Did you hear Doc's you hear Doc's speech the last game in the huddle? He was like, what did he say? It was so just basic and corny. It was like, all right, we're just gonna go out there and we're just gonna keep playing. And we're going to keep playing, and we're just going to keep playing. And if we do that, we're winning this game.
But listen to that, man.
What?
Is that going to motivate me to want to go out there and play fast? Oh, okay. It's obvious we're going to keep playing. That's obvious. That's obvious. I mean, come on. We know we're going to keep playing. We're going to keep playing. But come on. You grab the leader of that team or whoever they are, and hey, Max, look. Dude, you get the ball, you're the fastest person on the court, you are unstoppable. Hey, Harden, we need you, bro. We need you. Hey, and I'm going to tell you, the only person I really saw playing with any type of passion was Harris. Even though he missed a bunch of shots, he still was trying. Hey, I think Roosevelt said it the best. I'm going to die trying.
Yep.
I'm going to die trying. I'm in the game. And it just seems like a lot of the effort, bro. I can't get beyond the effort.
When you
It's
don't
true.
give effort, like you were saying, P.J. Tucker, a dog.
Yep.
Effort. He's not the most athletic, but he's going with all the passion he has. He's going after that ball. And how come he gets it? Effort.
Yep. I feel you, man. Hey,
Yeah,
as
bro.
always, bro, thanks for calling, man. Thanks for tuning in. I'll talk to you again, man. This
No
was
problem,
a
brother.
rough one. Take
Yeah,
it
it
easy.
was a rough one.
Speaking of effort, it's true, man, because like, you know, what was really going on in this game? You know what I mean? Joel Embiid actually didn't shoot that bad. He was just being so swarmed, especially in the second half. He only got up 12 shot attempts in the whole game. Somebody else needs to step up when that happens. James Harden only put up 13 field goal attempts in this game. Last game, he was 6 for 10 from 3. He was 2 for 6 in this game. I need more shot attempts out of you. I need more plays. I need more aggression. He hit the one step back three, and then he came right back down again and did the same thing and tried to hit 2 in a row. And I think when he missed that one, it felt like he was just like, all right, I can't make a shot tonight. I'm good. Max Strus had as many shot attempts as James Harden. Tyrese Maxey, 2 for 10. I don't care. Go 5 for 20. I need more aggression. I need more shots. 10 field goal attempts in the whole game. You're getting close to Ben Simmons type numbers. And he doesn't want to shoot ever. But you know, when we say like the most important, like I think one of the biggest X factors for this team is the bench production, and we don't have that many bench players. The only bench players we're really playing that you're looking to get points out of. Paul Reed had 7 points in this game, all from rebounds and putbacks. But the only players you're looking to get points out of on the bench are Danny Green, George Niang. Well, Danny Green's starting, actually. I still consider him a bench player. But, I mean, George Niang and Shake Milton, they're the only ones. You got 6 from Danny Green, a big fat goose egg from George Niang, 0 for 6. Shake Milton gave you 9 points. I think some of those were in garbage time at the end. I wasn't paying attention to the fourth quarter. But look, man, I think we can go back, get our energy back, and take it in Philly and make it a game 7. But even if we lose this series, it'll all come back to what we've been saying this entire season. This team lacks athleticism, and they lack depth. There's no depth at all. When the starters are making shots and doing their thing and dominating the game, Doc can stagger the starters. We can win. We can beat anybody in the league when the 5 starters on this team are playing at their best. But outside of that, you got George Niang and Shake Milton. I mean, that's really it. This is the worst bench I've ever seen in my life. That's just the only story. That's it. I mean, you have to get everything you can get from the starters because the bench is just non-existent. You know, so we'll see what happens, man. Hopefully we can go back to Philly, get our swagger back, get our energy back a little bit, get that W in Philly on Thursday night. Come back down to Miami. What would that be? Next Sunday? That would be Sunday. That would be game 7 on a Sunday night in Miami. And it's not impossible for us to win in Miami. Don't forget, we beat this Miami Heat team without Joel Embiid and James Harden in Miami. It's not impossible. But the Philadelphia 76ers are a make-or-miss team. If we're making shots and making threes, we can hang with anybody. If we're missing shots, we are cooked. There's no plan B. There's nothing else that can happen because when we're missing shots, then Spoelstra just throws the kitchen sink at Embiid. Now Embiid's triple team quadruple teamed, quadruple sextuplet teamed because they don't care if he passes the ball to anybody because nobody can score. So any team, they're going to bring the defense to Embiid. He's going to be forced to pass the ball because what can he do with a triple team besides get called for an offensive foul? So they force him to pass it. It's all about if those other players can step up. And that's why, some people like to come at Embiid. He never steps up in important games or whatever. He's a center. It's not the same. It's not like a guard like a Kobe Bryant on the perimeter. He's a center. He doesn't initiate the offense. He needs somebody to get him the ball. They took him out of the game last game in the fourth quarter by fronting him and double and triple teaming him before he even got the ball. We couldn't even get the ball in his hands. It's different when you're a center. You need guards that can score. When I first started this stream, somebody in the chat said, you can't win a championship centered around a center. You're wrong. Shaquille O'Neal has 2 finals MVPs. Guess what Shaquille O'Neal always had on his championship teams? Elite perimeter creators. Kobe Bryant and Dwayne Wade. If Shaq had this team, he would get triple teamed and quadruple teamed, and he wouldn't be able to do anything with the ball the same way Joel Embiid can't do anything with the ball when he gets it's the same situation. He needs elite guards on the floor. He's a center. That's my final rant of the show. Thank you all for hanging out with me. Thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning in. As always, I do have a brand new The Real MVP t-shirt coming out featuring Embiid in the mask. Be on the lookout for that on runitbackmerch.com. You can get the Stop Bitchin' t-shirt on runitbackmerch.com. You know who doesn't bitch? Joel Embiid. Dude got smacked in the face with the ball. Go back to the Discord. My bad, guys. I didn't know you guys were hanging out in here. I wasn't paying attention, man. We'll jump over to the Discord, and then I'll get up out of here. VR Heem, my man. I can't leave you hanging. What's up, man? Oh, I got to turn my volume up. Here we go. What's up? What's up, man?
All right. I have a couple of things. So I honestly predicted, or I thought that we were going to lose this game, so I'm not that surprised. I didn't think we were going to lose it this bad. This was just terrible, but I thought we were going to lose this game. But I will say this about this series. I think if we win in Game 5, we will ultimately probably win this series because I don't see us losing that Game 7. But I wanted to say the main problem that I'm seeing right now is that we didn't practice figuring out how to get Joel Embiid the ball enough. Like, we used to use it a little bit where, like, I remember, like, I think it was a couple games before the postseason, we would have Tobias Harris, like, at the free throw line, and we have, like, Joel down, like, deep in the paint, like, deep, basically under the rim, where we would dump it off to Tobias, and then Tobias would throw it up to Joel. And I don't know why we're not trying to figure out ways, like, smart, creative ways to get the ball to Joel, but we need to figure that out because, honestly, if we're not making shots, we can't do anything. And if we can't get Joel the ball, nobody else is creating. And we also don't have enough like IQ to like rotate. Like, a lot of the times Joel will get double teamed or triple teamed with the ball and everybody's just standing around. It's so annoying. Yeah,
it should have been. That should be a main part of our offense. Like, that should be something we practice the whole season. Hey, when they throw the kitchen sink at Joel Embiid, we're going to do this. Yeah, it looks like.
Exactly.
Yeah, it looks like when they do that, we don't have any play. We're like, oh, shit, we can't get Joel the ball. Now what do we do?
Yeah, and then we dribble the clock out for 30 seconds, and then all of a sudden now it's a turnover or somebody has to put up a terrible shot. And it really sucks. And this was something I was saying a little bit in the preseason is that my one of my biggest like things that I thought it was gonna like hurt us in the first round against the Raptors, but it's really hurting us now, is that we don't have any sort of like championship mentality. Like, we give up so easily. Everybody just gives up so easily. Like, everybody besides like a few key players like Maxey and Embiid, in my opinion, like, those are the only two players that I see where every possession they're trying, like, they're actually trying to do something. and it just really sucks because most of the time, like, we lose these games because of specifically effort. And it's not that we're getting out talented, but it's just straight
effort. Is it a
effort.
culture thing? Is it a culture thing? Because you look at teams like Toronto and Nick Nurse, you'll never see those dudes give up. You look at Miami and Eric Spoelstra, you never see those dudes give up. You look at Doc Rivers, most blown leads in NBA playoff history.
Yeah, I was literally about to go into that. It literally goes into the culture and the fact that I think one of the main problems is that because we've never really had a good coach during this entire process, we've never had like a sturdy coach that has been through it all and like with us all, that we really don't, like, everybody's just kind of doing their own thing. And that's also one more thing I wanted to get into. Like, there was a lot of problems this game, but there's way too many times. I counted on my hand 5 plays. I literally put it down. 5 plays where nobody knew what was going on. Nobody knew what was going on. There was a play, like the play where Joel Embiid went to throw the ball back to Maxey, and Maxey was completely like clueless. He didn't even know what was going on.
He wasn't even looking. Yeah.
Exactly. And there was another time where Harden passes the ball to Maxey. Maxey goes to pass it right back, and Harden doesn't even realize the ball is like coming at him.
Yeah, we were very out of sync, out of sorts in this game, man. It was bad all around. It was as bad as it could have been. It was like, we got a huge game. If we steal this game, we're up 3-2. We can finish it in Philly. It's like every time there's the biggest moment, the worst possible thing happens.
Exactly. And that's, personally, in my opinion, I don't want to make this a blame everything on Doc thing, because there is a certain amount of accountability that the players have to, like, they're out there playing. They have to, like, be there and want to play. But I do think Doc is so bad at, like, just getting the team rallied and being prepared. I personally feel like there was one time, I think it was in a Raptor series. It was literally in a Raptor series. You know how I think we lost those 2 games in a row, right? It was 2 games in a row we lost, and then it was game 6, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we were up 3-0 and we lost 2 in a row, yep.
Exactly. So then in that post conference, Embiid literally talked about how it was a practice that they had that really helped them. He said, we had a really good practice, and that practice really helped us get better. And I feel like a lot of the times that half of the time, they probably don't even really practice that hard or practice good enough to where, I
don't take Doc Rivers for this, like, coach that has everything in line and has his guys in check. I just don't. He seems very casual, laid back, soft. Mm-hmm. Eric Spoelstra, the Miami Heat had a shoot around this morning.
Yeah, I do it. I seen it before the game, like they were like showing it, and I was like, oh, it's over. I literally knew it. As soon as I was like, they had a shoot around, nah, it's over.
Yeah, man. Yo, thanks for calling, as always, my guy. I appreciate it. Yeah, man, thanks
Sixers
for calling.
Sixers and 7.
Sixers and 7, it's our only hope. Philly Fanatic hanging out in the Discord. Philly Fanatic 717.
Yo, what's up, brother?
What's going on, man?
Man, I feel like Embiid just he was in his head with this whole MVP thing, man. I think that he reacted poorly to the news. And
what did he say?
What's up?
What did he say about the MVP thing?
What do you mean? I didn't hear.
I didn't hear him say anything in a press conference or make any comments at all about not winning MVP.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't hear anything either. I just feel like the way that he came out and the way that he played, it reflected just the attitude that he had towards it. I mean, you could say I don't care, and you could say, well, it doesn't matter, and I didn't, it all this stuff. But at the end of the day, you can react one of 2 ways. You can either be angry and inflict pain towards everybody else, or you can regress. And I feel like it got him. For some reason, he either tried to play too hard, or just was discouraged by the way that Miami game plan for them. And that's the thing. I was listening to Devon, what's his name? Devon Givens or something like that on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Yeah.
And he was talking about how Doc, like, nobody could talk crap about Doc in this game. But I feel like Doc, the way that he had things set up, he felt like it's like the same old thing with Doc. Like, if this is the way he's gonna play it, that's the way he's gonna play it, and that's it. And he should have adjusted for how hard they were playing Embiid in the paint. Like, Bam Adebayo was trying to lock him down and tire him out in the paint, and Joel Embiid was just like, man, you know what? If this is what you're gonna do, I'm just gonna stay outside, and I'm gonna just do my shots and get away from the paint. And it's crazy because Doc was saying, oh, we gotta get it to Embiid, and we gotta do this with the paint. But if you see that the way that they're playing Embiid in the paint, if Bam Adebayo is doing what he's doing, then game plan around it. Get something going with a two-man game or something.
I agree. Doc Rivers is not an adjustment coach. Doc Rivers won a championship with 4 Hall of Famers because they were better than the other players on the floor. That's the only time he won. That's the only chance he ever has at winning, is his talent being more talented than the other team. If a coach outcoaches him and makes adjustments that kills his team's momentum, he just keeps doing the same thing over and over. That's why he blows 3-1 leads, 3-0 leads, whatever else. We never blew 3-0, but he almost did. But that's why he has more blown leads than any coach in history. He does not change anything. He's the most stubborn, like arrogant, old school grandpa coach I've ever seen, and he needs his players to just be better than the other players for him to win. So if it comes down to coaching strategy, we're cooked because Doc Rivers is never going to outcoach anybody. So I don't even watch a game and yell about Doc Rivers anymore, just because I don't really care at this point. He is what he is. Thanks for the call, man. I appreciate it. I'm going to get to a couple other people in the Discord. He just is what he is, and I can't even waste my breath anymore. It's just Doc Rivers. So Doc Rivers is Doc Rivers. So I'm not surprised anymore. I'm not even making that like really a part of what I say anymore, because what's the point? I'm saying the same thing over and over. You know, he should have played Paul Reed the whole season. He should have saw what he had in Charles Bassey, on and on and on. But it's just Doc Rivers. You can still win if your players show up. And I agree that he doesn't have the culture. But if the whole Joel Embiid MVP thing, that's crazy to me. I mean, what you just said to me was Joel Embiid was mad that he didn't win MVP, so he came out in the playoffs and didn't play hard? That doesn't make any sense. Joel Embiid, if he was pissed off about not winning the MVP, he played harder. He just didn't have a good game in the first half, and part of it was he got smacked in the face with the ball on a broken bone on his face, man. I didn't see anything from Joel Embiid in this game that told me he wasn't trying. He just looked hurt after he got hit in the face with the ball. I can't get down with that MVP thought, and it just so happens that that's what Charles Barkley was saying at halftime, and I think that's totally fabricated and false and makes absolutely no sense. And Joel Embiid was absolutely putting the team on his back in the third quarter, down almost 20. If there was a time to quit, it would have been then. When you're already down 20, your team's not showing up at all. Joel was still out there, giving it everything he had every single possession. It's just that when nobody's making a shot and nobody else can score, now you can just triple team the guy because you're forcing him to give the ball to somebody else and nobody else can get a bucket. Nah, there is no Joel Embiid slander that's going to make any sense to me when we're talking about this game or this series or these playoffs or this season. Just is what it is, man. But thanks for the call. All respect, by the way. I just totally disagree with that point, man. That's all. Swervo in the Discord. Swervo. Going once. What's up?
Hello?
What's up, Swervo?
Man, this game was absolutely pathetic.
Couldn't agree more with that.
I was at Xfinity Live. I couldn't watch.
Oh, you were Xfinity Live. Man, that sucks. That's an expensive place to be to watch your team get smoked by 30 points.
It sure was. I was spending $8 on beer and regretting life. It was horrible. Every time the Heat came down the court, I feel like they scored.
Yeah, we couldn't stop anything. That was the main, that was the main thing with this game. Anytime we got a bucket, it didn't matter. They came right back down.
Exactly.
Yep.
I'm sitting there, man, watching this game. I'm like, man, why am I here? Why am I here? This is pathetic. You know?
Yeah, it was pathetic, man. Do you think we go back to Philly and tie the series?
Honestly, I don't think so. After that 35-point loss, come on. It's a joke. It's a joke team.
You don't think we can look like what we looked a couple days ago?
No, not at all. After that game, there's no chance in my eyes. I don't know.
All right, man. I respect your opinion. I mean, maybe it's false hope for me. I know the deficiencies this team has, but it's one of the most inconsistent teams I've ever seen. They just look great sometimes and they look terrible sometimes. So just in my mind, like, if you get the great version, you can beat anybody. If you get the terrible version, you're done. So I'm not going to say it's impossible, but I wouldn't be shocked.
It's not impossible. I get what you're saying, but
yeah.
I mean, a 35-point loss on a Game 5. I mean, come on.
Pretty bad, man. Pretty bad.
Very bad.
All right, my man. Hey, thanks for calling in.
Yep, of course, of course.
Shout out to Swervo. Swervo in the Discord, man. He was at Xfinity Live, man, spending all that money for his team to get smacked around by 35 points, man. Is what it is. Sixers lose 120-85. We got to win one in Miami. It doesn't matter what happens in Philly. We got to win one in Miami. But I really think we go back to Philly. We take it. And then we go down to Miami Game 7 Sunday night. And we see an absolutely legendary performance from Joel Embiid. That's what I think. Thanks for hanging out. Everybody hit the like button. 304 people still in here. Appreciate all of you. Thanks for calling the Discord. Thanks for calling the phone line. Thanks for joining the chat. Listen to us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Just search Run It Back Philly. I'll catch you guys on the next one, man. Sixers in 7. Peace.